Hello, my YouTube community. I love you all so very much. Anyway, I want to come to you tonight on May 2nd and tell you how my Sunday went, which I worked today, yes, again. And I, I got so many rewarding things done in one day. Late last night, after I logged off with you all on here, I didn't work out because I was worn out from doing that mowing still. Very, very tired from the Benadryl. That Benadryl, I swear to goodness, you take two Benadryl and it just wipes you out. At least that's what it does to me. So I'm glad that I'm kind of Benadryl free, but then I get wound up like an 8-day clock. Well, I worked today and I was but before I worked today, like I said, I did my shopping on Walgreens with the old computer. Amazingly, it did so well. I got to access old files on my computer and pick out, well, I really wanted to take my current profile picture and put it as a puzzle for my mom so she could hang it up on her wall. Well, it's 10 by 14, A. B, every time I would try to post it in the area where it says this is your project area, it would say the low image or something like that, low resolution, so I couldn't use that image. So I tried another profile picture that I liked, that I knew she enjoyed, and of course, again, it said low image resolution. I had to go all the way back to 2016 and find a picture that I hope she won't throw away. And I used that picture of myself, and it's a puzzle. It comes in a tin with the same picture, and hopefully she'll like it. But she's never fond of my costumes. Okay, she just never was, and it's a costume photo. And I thought, well, with Memorial Day coming up, and with I'll say the other holiday, 4th of July, she can display it, even up to my birthday, August 3rd, because it's the American flag. I'll just go ahead and say it. I told her already tonight on the phone. But as I said, I told her, I said, you may throw it away, but it's that picture of me in the American flag from 2016 when I was at my best. And I think she'll really enjoy it. So she said, well, I did like the way that you had your hair. I said, it's the same exact length right now. I tell you, nitpicking, but it's all right. It's all right. In other news, I had a rewarding day. Got a lot done today. Worked, of course. Then I had to fix his dinner, which he had chicken and dumplings. Yesterday he had Hungry Man with fried chicken and a brownie, and it was all nice and organized in one thing. Chicken and dumplings has to be fixed in a cup and put in the microwave. Okay, and then I asked him if he wanted dessert. No, he did not want dessert. But I think he's been eating his ice cream from the Dollar Tree for his dessert. Just saying. But anyway, I went ahead and did my day. And I have been reading this amazing book by Diana Palmer. And we are going to probably share the whole entire book together because it's that good. I have been drawn in to this story of the rancher's, let me name The Rancher's Wedding by Diana Palmer. And it has been such a page turner that in one day alone, I'm up to page 112. Okay, I think I stopped like on page 4 or 5, but then it just drew me in with such an amazing story about a naive city girl moving to the countryside, trying to start her life over again with her dad. And this rancher, he finds her a tender heart as well as a green foot. And it's just amazing. You'll be drawn in just as I am, I promise. Anyway, I'm really happy at some of the outcomes I've been doing. As you've seen earlier, I am thinking ahead. I've got a Father's Day gift planned. I've got Mother's Day already done, and it's in the books. I'm now starting to think ahead to Grandpa's 98th birthday. Y'all got to work with me on this. Since we're doing basically clothes and baseball caps and magnets for his Father's Day, for his birthday, I want to do something really rewarding. I haven't really figured out what that is yet, but stay tuned. I know that his favorite likes are like RC Cola, Oreos, Mr. Peanuts, and I know last year it's going to be very hard to top because we reached out to everybody and everybody was so kind when we did the card shower. Those corporations even sent stuff to him, which really brightened his day. This year, we could have a socially distant get together, right? Because it's in June and hopefully everybody's been vaccinated. But I don't know. We'll have to stay tuned on that. It's only May. We've by mid May we're going to come up with a game plan. Just stay tuned. Um, anyway, I did get a magazine in the mail yesterday, the Time magazine, which I don't think I told you all. There was only one page again that I want to share with you, but this one hit a very deep note with me because it's country music and a discussion of country music. So we're going to do that book, and then I'm going to go take a break, do a workout. Then we're going to hope and pray like crazy that this thing works so I can come back and do a few pages of the rancher's wedding with you. And we may not get through the whole book. That's okay. Just to get a good start in it, that's a great thing. The next one is going to move me so deep that we're going to probably have a deep discussion over the music industry and where it has been and where it is going and what do I think of it, which some of you will probably not like it, but it is what it is. Furthermore, I know I got an email saying, how did you get Whispering Bill Anderson's signature on that picture? Was it already there? How did you do that? My grandparents have a hobby. We would go to places like Nashville when I was younger, Branson, Missouri. We would go to the theaters, and most of all, Nashville North and Taylorville. I miss that so much. And we would see the artist, and the way we would do that was either by joining the fan club or by simply, there was a time we went to Dairy Queen in Taylorville, kid you not, and we ran into Billy Dean at the Dairy Queen. And we got to meet him and get our pictures there. And it was nice. And just things like that. Sometimes you can meet the greatest people at the strangest spots. We met Marie Osmond at the Branson, Missouri Walmart. And she was pregnant with a child. And oh goodness, I was young, way young. I want to say about 10 or 12. And that picture's in our front room. And at that time, we would get our picture with the star. Then Grandpa would write to them and ask if they would just simply sign the picture and then send it back. But Grandpa had seen Bill since, way before I was born. T-Town, I believe it was T-Town or T-Topless that he was in. I think that may be one in the same, I'm not familiar, but it started with a T anyway. And he went down there for a concert, met him there, and they always been pen pals back and forth. And every time we would go to a show, he's always been kind and sweet to Grandpa to take time out to chit chat, get his picture, talk with him, and I've never forgotten that. And in fact, we went to a dinner in New Year's Eve at Nashville North, and we all got to go sit down and have dinner with Bill. It was great fun, and got to chit chat, and we got pictures from that too. But various country music singers from Mel McDaniel, Conway Twitty. Conway's probably one of my best favorite stories. My grandma had just had knee surgery, and we were at Hendersonville, Tennessee. I think that was the home of Twitty City when I was young. Anyway, that's where we were at. And he was riding around in a golf cart, and it was just me and my grandma at the time. And we were walking along, and I said, I think that's Conway. And of course, Grandma said, well, I'm going to make my point known. She knew his real name was Harold Jenkins. And she said, Harold Jenkins, is that you? And he stopped the golf cart, and he says, well, ma'am, he goes, how do I know you? And she says, because you're Conway Twitty. And we got my picture with him right there, and I've got the picture to prove it. And it's autographed by late Conway Twitty. It's probably one of my prized possessions now. At the time, I didn't really know or appreciate his music. I found him dull and boring, of course, being a young child. They weren't lively and upbeat, but I had grown to appreciate him as I got older, of course, and realized that his music is a legacy, and that he is definitely a treasure and an icon in the country music industry. And I was blessed and fortunate to meet that man, as well as Garth Brooks. And that picture is also signed and in the front room as well. We saw him at the Arcola Broomcorn Festival. We saw him at Nashville North. We've got so many stars that it's been a blessing. And there's so many stars in the front room that if you actually came in, we could probably give you a remembrance and recall each and every single star that we've met in the front room, along with how they sent the picture back or how they autographed it or what it meant to us, which all of them are treasures, and we appreciate all of them. Of course, there's one that I will always treasure, and that's Becky Hobbs. Grandma had a chocolate cake baked when she was at Decatur, Illinois, and we took a chocolate cake to her there. And there was another time that I can recall, and Grandma thought the world of Becky, and we were blessed to have Becky to sign those photos that she signed, and keep in contact with Grandma throughout the years. And there was the phone call in the hospital, and that was so touching and so dear and so wonderful, and I'm grateful and blessed for that as well. And anyway, um, Walgreens, if you can, right now I'm going to give them another plug, and you have a picture or something that you want made into a gift, look at their coupons. It's worth getting your prized possession made into a gift, and it'll create a wonderful memory and legacy for years to come of its own. But yes, that was Bill's handwriting, and yes, that's on that picture in the front room. It was a picture of a picture that I got printed, so that's how he's going to get that wonderful gift, and I think he'll really appreciate that. Which, by the way, I think we need to have some more country music magnets. I had made an offer on one on eBay that was country music magnet to go, because I wanted it to fit with Grandpa's thing that I'm getting him for Father's Day. I wanted it to be country music related, so I was looking for a Bill Anderson magnet, and I couldn't find one. So I made an offer on a Grand Ole Opry magnet on eBay, which the price on that was outrageous. It was something like $8 or $9 for a magnet. I mean, come on. So I made an offer on it, and the person denied me, so I made another offer, and they denied me, and I was like going, that's too high. That's when I came to the conclusion, somebody told me when I was at Goodwill, I believe it was one of the girls that worked there, she says, well, why don't you look into Walgreens and getting some of this stuff made there so you can create a family memory, like an heirloom for years to come. And that stuck with me, so credit goes out to that girl at Goodwill. And I was like going, that was very wise. So I took her advice, and that's when I went online really late last night and used my home computer, made all that stuff that I made, which was 2 items, one for Father's Day, one for Mother's Day, at it, and got them at a reasonable low price. So if you all want, quality and an heirloom to keep for years to come, that's a way to do it. And stay tuned, because I'm probably going to give you a hint of what I'm going to do for his birthday, but stay tuned. Anyway, let's do that Time magazine thing, which is next, and then I can get a small workout in before I come back and share a little bit of the book that I'm reading with you, which you don't want to miss because it's so good. So sit there, stay tuned, and thank you for tuning in. And thank you for your emails and all of your questions as well. It's very informative, and I'm blessed to have all of you in my life, and the newcomers as well.